How's everyone doing? Good? I'm like the aperitivo of the conference here, one of the last keynote speakers. I'm very excited to be here, and Jerome today opened up the conference talking about how we got here and some of the issues with the internet today. And I've been in the internet since 1995. I started LivePerson at that time, and whether you know the company name or not, if you've chatted online for customer care through web chat, through the millions of websites in the world, I created this technology in 1997. And so I've seen the journey all the way through. I'm still CEO of the company, took the company public in 2000, got through the dot-com implosion and made it here. So I think I have a perspective to share, but more importantly, I'll say a bookend to Jerome, I think there is a way forward. As Muhammad said, you don't take the same road, you create a new road, and there's a new road for us digitally that we all can now take. The internet, in many ways, has failed us. Put aside the idea that our privacy and security is a commodity, that it's being traded without our knowledge, and just put that aside. If you were like me in 1995, you would have thought that e-commerce would at least today be 50% of commerce globally, and today it's no more than 15%. And if you're in the United States, half of that belongs to one brand, and that's Amazon. So for most of us, e-commerce has failed us. When you look at what happened with digital throughout the years, we created other things like email and chat. We got websites and apps. And all of those things, because we work with some of the largest brands in the world, the Citibanks, the Skys, the American Expresses, and what we see is that this has created nothing more than a digital fortress. We are on one side with our companies, and on the other side are our customers trying to connect with us, trying to have conversations with us, and we say download an app, and very few apps are downloaded. Come to our website. And we know now less than 2% of people who come to our website after making a search will buy something. Conversion rates are less than 2%. Have a chat. All of this has created this digital fortress. But there's a way forward. There's a new road. And that has to do with this thing we call conversational commerce. Conversational commerce is our ability to converse with a machine or a human and transact. And what we know now is that humans, we need to ask questions. We can't just go to a website and read and look at pictures and buy something. We need to ask questions and get answers. And here is the statistic that really shows it all. Global advertising is a $500 billion business. Only two companies in the world control that, Facebook and Google. On the other side, e-commerce as a whole is $2 trillion globally, and right in the middle of that is $1.2 trillion, which is spent on phone calls to contact centers. 256 billion phone calls are made each year to contact centers. And the largest banks in the world and telcos, because we work with them, they'll spend between $1 billion and $2 billion. Telecom Italia, I don't know the exact numbers, but they probably spend about $800 million to $1 billion on handling your phone calls. And from your perspective, they have two people sitting there answering it when they've got 20,000 people, because this doesn't work. It's analog technology. But there is a framework here to shift those conversations to the digital space. Now, I'm not the only one who believes this. If you saw a couple months ago, Mark Zuckerberg put out his manifesto of the future of Facebook, and that includes WhatsApp and Instagram. And he said that he sees Messenger and WhatsApp, and he even said Instagram now just put out their Messenger product 2 days ago. He sees them collapsing down to a single product, and that's the future of Facebook as a whole. So when I think about the version 1 of the internet, social and search, and the web, and I think of the new version we have one of the largest companies that's been in that old version trying to make the new road. But I don't believe they can own it. Messaging is the most pervasive network on earth. Each of the big messaging platforms like WhatsApp and Facebook and iMessage have about 1 billion or so consumers. But SMS as a whole is 5.2 billion consumers. The internet itself is about 2.6 billion consumers globally are on the internet. But 5.2 billion are messaging. 60 billion messages will happen each day. So there is the framework for the connectivity to our customers. And what happened in the last 24 months, every one of those endpoints, WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger, Instagram, iMessage, all of them have now been opened for business. You and your companies now can connect into these front ends, and you can now have these digital conversations with your customers. You'll see here with on the right-hand side, or on the left-hand side, now this is rolling out as we speak on iOS 13. When you dial a phone number, you can now associate it with direct messaging to you as a brand, and that's called Chat Suggest. So Apple just released that in the native operating system. So every time someone goes to call you, right from the device, we can take them to a digital conversation. Harvard just put out a big research they did with over 2,000 companies asking them, where are you going to look for digital in the future? And 70% said the messaging, mobile messaging applications and platforms. So there is a road here that's already been paved that we can take. Now, I want to show 2 of our customers out of our 20,000 that have done some interesting things. And what makes this road so exciting is, unlike a website, that you have a top nav and pictures and text and a bottom nav, and if you don't do it just right, Google won't index you, and they tell you what to do. And if you don't do it, you can't be part of the advertising search model. This is different. You can create your brand voice. You can create something different that's not like anyone else's. So one example is Buddy Bank. Buddy Bank is a division of UniCredit, and they decided that banking is boring. Banking is a commodity. And checking accounts and credit cards, they're all kind of the same. So what they said is, why don't we try to help customers with the things that they use credit cards for, like booking a hotel reservation or a restaurant or finding a home. We'll help them find a home, a house, and then we'll get them a mortgage. So they created this conversational commerce bank. It's 100% off of our platform. And I want to show you a commercial they ran a few months ago here in Italy.
Se hai bisogno di qualcosa, a chi pensi per primo? Qualcuno pensa a noi. Come Michele, quando capì di dover cercare un costume impossibile. Non esiste un orso così, pensò. Ma esiste Buddy Bank, che ha trovato la soluzione in tempo per lo spettacolo. È l'unico esemplare al mondo, gli spiegò. Buddy Bank fa anche tutto questo. Buddy Bank, il nuovo modello di banca disegnato per iPhone con servizio concierge.
So think of that. They helped someone help their kid get a costume. And this is the real things they're doing. I want to show a second example of, you've been to Las Vegas, there's a hotel called Cosmopolitan. And what they found out is a lot of people check in, but then they go someplace else. And what they wanted to do is put a concierge in the pocket of every one of their customers who check in. So they created this thing called Rose. You can get it from any messenger platform, and it stays with you and helps you get through things that are happening in the hotel. And let me show you a quick video that they put together to promote this.
The Cosmopolitan of Las Vegas is the spot on the Strip with just the right amount of wrong. But guests were missing out on all the secrets that make it so much more than a hotel. And in Vegas, everyone wants that insider who makes you feel like a VIP. That's where I come in. I'm Rose, the resident mischief maker at the Cosmopolitan. And I'm checked in indefinitely. When it comes to chatbots, I'm a bit of a misfit. I have an answer for any situation, and I'm having way more fun. Meet me at check-in, and let your journey begin. I'll tempt your every whim with all kinds of food fantasies. Discover my deepest secrets, like my favorite off-menu cocktails. Treat me right and I'll be your best hookup in Vegas. Ask me anything, and I'll lead you into the conversation we should be having. Once you've tried me, you won't be able to resist coming back for more. Needless to say, I've been making a scene with my new crowd. And when you leave me, I'll be waiting for your return.
The funny thing is that people keep texting Rose even when they leave the hotel. So, and they didn't tell us what they're texting about, but that's another story or another opportunity. So Rose, like all these examples, are just delivered on a messaging platform. You don't have to download anything. You just text in to the brand and you're connected. So when you want to do these things at scale, we learned something really important about AI. Unlike it taking away jobs, we realized that it can empower people who do conversations if the tools are created correctly. So what we did is we built a set of tools that call center agents and concierges and people who have conversations can automate those. So we originally thought as technologists we would replace all those people. They're not necessary. The bots would just do the work, but we found they're the people who can do the conversations at scale. And so I have another video here of one of our contact center reps who works for Lowe's, which is a big home improvement company in the US, and he's telling her story of going from call center agent to bot manager.
I'm constantly moving from one place to another, college to work, to running errands and so forth. That's why when I try to get something done, I look for the most convenient channel of communication. And guess what? That has also changed. Messaging is not only the way people choose to connect with their family and friends, it's how they want to communicate with brands. That's why brands are now messaging with consumers at scale with a combination of AI, automation, and live agents. I went from working as a voice agent to a messaging agent. Now, I'm building and tuning bots.
Hello everyone, I'm Laura Morales and I'm going to show you what is it that we do with the bot tuners.
We work with chatbots, which are now helping replace phone calls and dead-end web searches. We are able to design, test, live monitor, measure, and customize the content of these chatbots through Conversation Builder, which is very user-friendly, by the way. This new solution from LivePerson helped me understand how our ways of communication are changing for the better. And I'm glad I can be part of the conversational commerce revolution y que la República Dominicana sea parte de este cambio.
So when we think about the Dominican Republic, where there are a lot of contact centers, or India, or all these places that now could be the leaders in creating and using AI, this is a future that's real. We have all this fear, but when you actually put it into practice, you need people like Laura driving conversations at scale. We actually created an organization with Ariana Huffington and Jimmy Wales, and Marian Vogel, who worked with President Obama, is now called Equal AI. She's running this, and we are trying to take the best practices of what we know about AI and put them into a single nonprofit. So I put it up here for everyone if you want to join. It's a place that we're doing sharing with Google and Facebook and everyone and putting technology in there, but also best practices for companies. And finally, I want to leave you with one last video. We're working with Deepak Chopra. If you know him, he's a writer in the US or globally about spirituality, and he said, you know, I want to be on Alexa. I want to have the ability to have conversations with people, millions of people, and change the thinking, create a collective consciousness. And he came to us, so we created a skill for him that's now running on Alexa. And once again, he'll tell his story about what that's created for him and for the people who listen to his conversations.
Well, every morning when I wake up, I set out certain intentions for myself, like a joyful, energetic body, or love and compassion in my heart, or clear, reflective mind, or just lightness of being. And I've done that for 40 years or so. My flash briefing is what my intention is for myself every day. It so happens that if you share it with others, you create a kind of a collective intention, which then ultimately becomes a collective reality. Here's what I do every morning after I wake up and after I've done a little bit of yoga and breathing. I have this little microphone attached to this little phone, and I just speak out what I'm thinking and what my intention for the day is. And then it's recorded here, and it goes to LivePerson, and then it's on Alexa. It's all done very efficiently and smoothly, and it's part of my daily routine now. We can create an ecosystem for a more peaceful, just, sustainable, healthier, and joyful world. That's why I'm doing this project with LivePerson. I want to see us move as a collective consciousness away from extinction into life-affirming joy and creativity, and a world that is much more peaceful and just and sustainable and healthy.
So the end of this is that the road we can take now, as Deepak Chopra said, and how we work with our customers, is a world of fulfilling our customers' intentions. I want something, I can connect with them, I can have a conversation with them. I'm not targeting and influencing them. And that's the world we're trying to get off of. That's the road we're trying to get off of. So I hope you all will take the road with us. It's an exciting journey. You get to create something new for your company, and it's a world in which I think is going to change the things that we need to change today. Thank you.
Robert, grazie.